I don't hear the close enough. Okay, it's Wednesday, June 6, 2018, and we're going to call our county commission meeting to order. And it looks like Commissioner Scott will give the invocation, and then Mitch Sundell is going to give us our pledge.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we're thankful for the opportunity to gather here this evening for this county commission meeting. We'd ask thy blessings to be here with us as we discuss the items on the agenda, that we can make the best decisions for those that will be impacted here in the county. We're thankful for the wonderful place that we have to live here in northern Utah and in this free land. We're especially thankful for those who serve and protect us. Please bless us please bless them as they are out doing their work, that they can be safe and that they can return home to their families. We're thankful for the many blessings we enjoy, and we ask for these blessings and favors in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Please rise and give the proper answer. Would you repeat the pledge out to me?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thanks for pitch hitting, Mitch. Okay, administrative review, reports, future agenda items. Dusty, you want to come up? We're going to come to our attention that we signed something, what?
So this was a mess up. It was brought to you guys about
3,
3 or 4 weeks ago.
okay, our last meeting that
Anyways,
had the wrong
here's
date.
what it is. It ended up being 2017.
We
and
needed it for 2018.
I looked at it.
So it's okay if we, yeah, okay.
So I've got 2 copies, one here
That's what
for
we
you.
need.
Sherman T. Potter.
Don't do that to me. One of these days I'm going to do it. Then I almost dated it 17 since we were talking about that. Yeah.
You want me to give a copy more?
Yes,
Yeah. That's all it is. So
We're good?
you need that.
I don't. I can chuck it.
Well,
You want to give that to her in case you need it to verify it? Okay.
for verification.
Still 3?
Thank you.
Okay.
Don't take this personal, but I hope we don't have to see you much this year.
Yeah.
Just saying. You can come anytime to visit, just not bad news. Okay? Thanks. Thanks for all you do, Dustin.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you guys got?
We might want to approve, well,
Minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
minutes. Hey, how about if we approve some minutes? I'd entertain a motion.
I'd make a motion that we approve the minutes from May 16th, 2018.
Second?
We got a motion by Commissioner Scott, a second by Commissioner Hatfield. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Now we'll go through some. You guys got anything else?
I don't. Do you guys have anything from Weir?
You got anything from Weir?
I did. We were at the Western Interstate Region Conference for the National Association of Counties. It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, and one of the sessions that I attended was on improved reporting of mental health issues in corrections. And so they are in the process of sending us some information. It's a program that they're calling Step Up, and it's meant to help with that and alleviate some of the pressures on the correctional facilities, and also get these individuals the treatment that they need so we don't have the recidivism that we've seen in the past. And so they're going to send that, and then as soon as they do, I'll get in touch with Sheriff Potter, Chief Deputy, and our jail commander, Ralph Bennett, and just see if it's something that makes sense in implementing, or if we're already doing it from the stuff that's come down from JRI, or if it can be coordinated. So that was pretty good information. And then there was another one that was on disaster recovery and communications during disasters. And they had a couple of folks there that were in the fires down in Southern Cal. And one of the commissioners, just in his district alone, they lost 3,000 homes in that fire. And he talked about the communication process. And then another one was a commissioner from Oregon, and they had a school shooting. so they talked to us about that, and the public information officer, and some good information that we hope we never have to use.
It was funny because they asked us if anybody was prepared for this stuff, and I think I was the only one that raised our hands because we'd just gone through a lot of this kind of stuff, and we were able to talk afterwards, and I think that they were just impressed with what we had already in place for the plain fact that we've gone through this. So yes, I think we got a lot out of those couple things too, so that was awesome.
I was just going to tell you too, forgot, it was mentioned to me, it's official that Northrop Grumman.
Oh, is it official?
ATK, yeah.
Oh, okay, well,
So, that
that's
official-
another mouthful.
That
Remember,
purchase is now official.
I still call it THICO, so just says what we're doing. And then we're gonna have kudos out to the sheriff's department deputies and search and rescue this past weekend. I guess it was Sunday into Monday. We had a phone call and a text message that came in from a distraught mother that couldn't find their daughter. Supposed to have been someplace, and they decided to take the West Desert route and didn't end up where they were supposed to be. And because once again, in communications, all I had to do was send a text message to a couple people, and they jumped into action. And within a couple hours, we had a good ending in it. They had walked 10 miles and found the road crew for the Union Pacific, and they had wrote, "We need help," on an umbrella. And they were able to come back to the girl who actually had some health issues, and so within a couple hours they were able to be found, and that was a good ending to could have been a possibly horrible situation. But I keep getting texts and stuff from them just saying thank you, thank you, thank you. So make sure you tell the search and rescue guys how much they appreciated all the help we got in a certain period of time. Okay, you guys got anything else?
Nope.
Okay, Tom, where'd he go? Did he leave? Oh. Dude, you actually said that. You're just supposed to think it.
The county had our annual tax sale on May 17th. Everything went pretty well. Had Richie Holmgren come in again, be the auctioneer. That really helps us to get through these in a pretty quick and orderly time. The people that come, they actually seem also to prefer having a professional there to auction off. It keeps it going pretty good. So we ended up selling, I think it was around 17 or so. I can't remember parcels. And then the rest are struck to the county. Quite a few of the ones that are struck back to the county are the parcels out west that have that notice of noncompliance on them. We did sell a couple of those parcels at the tax sale to individuals. So how the tax sale is structured, we go through, we do it in 2 blocks. The first block we break off and say, these parcels do not have a notice of noncompliance on them. However, that does not mean that they meet the zoning compliance. It is very much a buyer beware. You are not given a warranty deed. It's a tax sale deed. It is on the purchaser to understand what they're getting into. By no stretch do we say that it's parcel conforming, that you can build on it, that you can own. It's like you need to make sure you understand what you're getting into. So we go through that, and at that point we take a break. I get back up and I say, the remaining parcels do have a notice of noncompliance officially recorded on them. Then I read what the notice says. Then I tell them if you do buy these and do try to sell them, you will be in violation of county code, and our county attorney would very much like to discuss with you the ramifications of that. And at that point I say, is there any interest in any of the parcels? And if there are, then we kind of just say, I'll have Richie auction them off at that point if there's an interest. So in that case, we had, I think, 2 or 3 ended up being bought, those non-conformings. Usually when I ask the people what they bought them for, they just said, well, I want a place to go and sit, or a place to go ride my 4-wheeler. I'm like, well, A, you probably can't get to it
Yeah.
without trespassing. And B, there's already places like that out there that you can use legally. But anyway, I haven't had any calls about the tax sale, neither at the treasurer's office.
Wow.
So at this point, we feel pretty comfortable in going ahead and having the commissioners ratify the results of the 2018 tax sale.
I'll make a motion, we
Here you go.
ratify the 2018 tax sale.
I'll second that.
I got a motion from Commissioner Hatfield and a second by Commissioner Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
So we've gone from like, when I first got in,
3,000?
yeah, we were at like 3,300 the first couple of years we were here. Now we're down to 17. That's awesome.
Well, I mean, there ended up being around 80 parcels at the tax sale.
Yeah.
But 17 were purchased.
Okay. That's still
so.
better than 3,000.
Yeah, they're still just
Whittling them down though.
stupid.
Okay.
the
Pacific Corp.
cost of them. The second one, this is to discuss whether or not the commissioners would like to join the appeal for Pacific Corp. Not join, but yeah, join.
Yeah, participate with the
That's the correct, Mike was.
UAC group under Peters.
So this is the one, Pacific Corp filed an appeal with the State Tax Commission. The appeal was filed back on May 8th. So we have 60 days, if I remember correctly,
Yeah.
whether or
Yeah,
not
they
to join
changed
that
it.
appeal. They are requesting a 14% decrease in value in the appeal. The Box Elder County part would be 475,000 less in taxes. Of that, 120,000 would actually be the counties. Obviously, the big share there is the school district and the other taxing entities involved. And that's a very rough number.
It's very fluid.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with, the essentially assessed appeals are pretty complicated. So they could be appealing a certain type of equipment or whatever they feel the state got wrong. The county may have zero of that, we may have all of it. I just don't know. But anyway, so that's why I say potentially.
I had a pretty good talk with George about this. He seemed to think that they had a pretty good chance of getting it done. So I don't know what you guys think about it. I mean, what are we into them? 15 grand if we?
No, it's less than that.
I can't remember what our portion was. Was it the whole thing was 15 grand and our portion was 2 grand or something like that? But the percentage of chances of it actually go our way in the appeal. I've been here 5 years and I've never seen one. Have you ever seen anything go our way, Steve, in that many?
Well, it depends on what you mean by far away.
Well,
You know, sometimes they'll split the difference
yeah,
instead of just giving what they want. So that's kind of going our way,
yeah.
Yeah. Something's better than nothing.
yeah.
I think there's some that we do need to participate in just because of the sheer size and the scope
Okay.
and the precedent that it could set.
Yeah.
But there's others that, I mean, the fiscal impact may literally only be 10 or 15 bucks.
Right.
And you're just throwing good money after
Bad.
something that won't make any difference. Where this is, well into the six figures, and it's a major utility provider, I think it kind of makes sense to go after this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if that's the decision by the commission, then I need to come back at the next one with
Get
the
us-
resolution.
Okay. Well, I think if it's going to be like that, I think you got all 3 votes. So if you can do that for us, we'd appreciate it.
Are we still within the time frame?
Yeah, we'll have another,
That was May 6th. So as long as it's done by July,
so as long as we're done by
So
July.
tell me the procedure then. You get the resolution, do you contact, do I contact whoever?
Yeah, I will forward the resolution on to the,
Does it go to UAC or does it go
UAC.
I think it
to,
goes to UAC.
and then they take it to the attorney?
Yeah.
Okay. I know
Okay.
there's a meeting, did you get notice of that meeting next week to talk about how they're gonna process these appeals?
I don't know if I got that one.
I think it's next week. It might be. a couple
I
weeks
didn't.
We gotta make sure it's on the next commission meeting, because the one in July is not till after.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, we need to make sure it is done next commission.
Yeah. Because I think the 4th falls on a Wednesday,
Oh.
and so we're pushing that one back to the 10th.
And I'll be in DC on that next commission.
June 12th, I got notice of a
Okay.
meeting to discuss centrally assessed cases at UX offices. You didn't get anything about that?
I didn't get anything on that one.
It's not on my calendar either.
I'll have to go back and see who it's for. It might
Yeah.
just be the county attorneys.
It might just be attorneys on this one.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Tom.
So you're gone on the 20th?
Yeah.
Okay, we can handle that, because, okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Tom.
Scott?
Well, if it would save any time, you could actually do a resolution.
Oh, we could probably do it pending, right?
I mean, basically, they've approved it,
Yeah.
and we just have a resolution prepared and signed next. Well, it wouldn't even have to wait till next week. You
That's a
still
good
sign it.
So we
Yeah.
just need to make a motion?
If that would help you.
Then I'd entertain a motion.
Do you have a
Let's-
resolution form that they want? Okay. So I'd say go ahead and do it,
Yeah.
and we'll prepare a resolution.
Okay.
Well, I would make a motion that we approve a resolution to participate in the centrally assessed appeal with Pacific Corp.
Second?
I've got a motion by Commissioner Scott and a second by Commissioner Hatfield. All in favor?
Aye.
That solves that.
Okay, Scott?
You want to open the hearing and I can give you some background, or?
Was it time?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, we're going to open up a public hearing for the road vacation in Etna.
Thanks, Scott.
So it's been requested that this portion of County Road be vacated. It's out in the Etna area. And really, the only use it gets is from the two landowners to access their own property, and the irrigation company out there would be the irrigation company of the West Fork of Grouse Creek. So it's been requested that portion that you see there highlighted in yellow be vacated to public use. This has been to the Planning Commission with a public hearing on December 15th, 2016. And the Planning Commission has recommended approval of the vacate, and state code requires that it comes before the County Commission for a public hearing as well, hence the public hearing today.
Scott, is it just these parcels here, these three,
Yellow one.
and it ends?
Bill,
Right
do
there.
you want to,
Okay.
do you want to come up and talk to it a little bit and just tell them what, since you've been out there more than anybody?
So it's just this road that starts up there at the north and just goes down, that's the green and the yellow? Okay.
And there are actually other roads around.
That is correct. The main Etna Road that kind of runs to the west by northwest gets you to the Etna Reservoir. This is kind of a cutoff road from the other main road up, and it really doesn't limit any access to public lands. I think the only provision that we'd look for is in the vacate ordinance, that it names out the local water company will have access through those gates, have a key, and also not be blockaded from accessing those parcels right there.
Okay. Okay. You guys got any questions for him before I ask if anybody else got any?
No, so in the, well, just in the vacate, that would be something that would be stipulated, is that there did need to be a permanent easement for access to the water for the irrigation.
So they have a historic use easement. If they want to record, I'm not sure if there is a permanent easement recorded. That would be between landowners. The landowner that submitted the request for vacate, he has provided a letter to the county as well as to the president of the irrigation company, basically stating that I agree to recognize and give access to irrigation easements on my property
Okay.
to authorized irrigation representatives for historical use access of water meter reading, water line maintenance and repairs. And I agree to provide keys and locks on the gates through my property to authorized irrigation company representatives. So as far as the ordinance goes, the way the county vacate policy reads is that the ordinance, it states, this vacation shall not have effect or eliminate any easements or other rights of way. So easements that were in place prior to the vacation of the roadway,
Will still be in place.
they always continue to be in place. As far as the county specifying that the landowner will provide a key to the irrigation company, that seems, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, that seems to me more of a civil matter than a legal matter. I don't know if that's something we would include in the ordinance. We can, include the language that the policy states that the easements would remain, but the irrigation company and the landowner would need to sort out the
Okay.
matter of
That's what-
providing a key, so.
All right.
Okay, thanks.
Is there anybody here that wants to speak to this issue? Okay, I've seen none. I'm going to close the meeting. Do I need a motion for that one? I
Yeah.
don't think so. You want a motion to close the meeting?
I'd make a motion that we close the public hearing on the road vacation in Etna.
Second?
I have a motion by Commissioner Scott and a second by Commissioner Hadfield. All in favor?
Aye.
So
Okay.
the way the vacate policy reads is that it basically states that the county commission would direct staff to prepare an ordinance and bring it back at the next meeting. So if you so desire that I prepare that ordinance for adoption and bring it back, that's all I need to know.
That'd be great.
Say so moved.
So moved.
I'll second that.
I got a motion by Commissioner Hadfield and a second by Commissioner Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, you're up again.
Okay, so my next item is ordinance 476. This is an agricultural subdivision. The request is to subdivide a single-family dwelling off of agricultural land. This is located at 16360 North, 5200 West, so it'd be along Highway 13, just north of Riverside. And this does meet all the requirements of state code. It's also been through the Planning Commission in May 17th of this year, and it comes before you with the recommendation of approval.
Okay. You guys got any questions? Entertain a motion.
I'd make a motion that we approve ordinance number 476, the ag subdivision in the Fielding Riverside area.
Second?
I got a motion by Commissioner Scott and a second by Commissioner Hatfield. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
Okay, you're up, Marla, look-alike. Just kidding.
Okay, Jared Holmgren is unable to finish his appointment to the Hansel Valley Watershed, and so we have found Bud Munns, who has agreed to take his place and finish off his term, which ends in December of 2019.
Okay. I'd entertain a motion. Put Bud in there.
I'd make a motion that we approve Bud Munns to replace Jared Holmgren in the Hansel Valley Watershed Special Service District.
I'll second that.
Got a motion by Commissioner Hatfield and a second by Commissioner Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
Janica.
So I have for you today what I hope is the final change for policy 15 this year. This particular section is 1513, and it applies specifically to the sheriff's office. Their on-call employees. It allows them to use their county vehicles for personal and private use when on call only.
Okay. Well, it's been a long time coming, but hopefully this is the last one. We'll keep our fingers crossed.
Sheriff,
I'd
Dale.
entertain a motion. Anything else? We got you on camera shaking your head, so we're good. Okay.
If we tweak things enough, we'll get it right. Okay.
I entertain a motion.
I'd make a motion that we approve the policy 15 changes on fleet use.
Second?
Got a motion by Commissioner Scott and a second by Commissioner Hatfield. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jenica.
I'm going to recess our regularly scheduled meeting and go into our RDA. Is that okay with you guys, or do you want to do something else first?
I think that sounds good.
Okay. We're going to open up our meeting on June 6, 2018 for the redevelopment agency. Do you want to come up and talk, Mitch? And we can approve minutes, though, while you're on your way up. Does anybody want to do that? And there was light. Approval of minutes?
Yeah. Just a second, I'm just pulling this up here.
Okay. From 1/17/18.
Okay. Make a motion, we approve the minutes from January 17th, 2018.
I'll second that.
I got a motion by Commissioner Hadfield and a second by Commissioner Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
You're up, Mitch.
All right, so this is a contract with Orbital ATK,
This
which
doesn't
is
help.
now Northrop Grumman, I think. So that'll be interesting. Hopefully this continues to go through fine. It is repaving 32 feet wide by 600 feet long of their runway, 3 inches thick, as part of our UAS or drone testing area out there in conjunction with them. The funds that are coming to pay for this are state funds that we received for our appropriation this last year for this testing center. So I don't know if you have any questions. Steve and I had a conversation about Article 6 that I mentioned in our work session, and he's good with that. So.
Okay. And apparently they're still interested in continuing doing what we're asking them to do. And
Yeah, so far they've been very supportive. So.
okay.
Do we anticipate any changes with new ownership?
I'm hoping that they start
Jump on
using it
board.
themselves, but
Yeah.
they do a
Aren't
lot.
supposed to be coming out with the mid-launch contract?
Yeah, I
Supposed
don't
to be
know.
hearing something on that?
I'm hopeful. The intermediate
Yeah.
lift. Yeah. That'd be great news for the county for sure.
That'd be awesome.
Haven't heard on that one yet either.
Okay.
But
I know that them buying them had a lot to do with Hill Air Force Base getting that ICBM contract also, so I would imagine there's going to be quite a cross, because Hill's expecting about 3,200 jobs from that appropriation, and I think they said it would cross over here in like 300 to 400 in our area, so
yeah, it'd be
we'll
great.
just keep our fingers crossed. Okay. Anything else?
Just the
Okay.
contract to
Make-
approve it.
Make a motion, somebody, please.
Do we have a contract number? I couldn't pull up the agenda on.
Isn't it 18-02?
Okay.
So this is the one with the change in it. So Jesse doesn't have that, but this is the actual copy.
Okay, I entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve the RDA contract 18-02.
I'll second that.
I got a motion by Commissioner Hadfield and a second by Commissioner Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
So do you want this one, or she'll give you another one?
Well, that's the original now, so I don't need it. Jesse does though.
I do.
Okay.
Although I'll get a copy from you, Jess, tomorrow, I guess. I'll give it
I
today.
entertain a motion to close the RDA meeting.
So moved.
Second?
Got a motion by Commissioner Scott and a second by Commissioner Hadfield. All in favor?
Aye.
And then motion to go back into our regularly scheduled business meeting?
So
I
moved.
don't think we need to on recess.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Then we're going to go back into our regularly scheduled business meeting. Warranty.
There's all of our stuff.
sign them all, huh?
Well,
Just kidding.
yeah, apparently.
Just kidding.
You're going to have a couple times. Excuse to get up.
Thank you so much.
There's an extra one in there this month. I'd entertain a motion to go into a closed session to talk about Steve? Oh,
To talk about Steve.
Talk about me.
talk about personnel.
I'll leave.
He just pointed,
I'll
he
leave.
just pointed at
Right.
you. You can't leave. We can't do anything without you.
Okay, so it's personnel or pet? Okay, I'll make that motion.
Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Scott and a second by Commissioner Hatfield. All in favor? Okay, thanks for coming. Enjoy the night. Natalie, it's good to see you here.
Thanks.
Yep.
What's that? Oh, that's
Sounds good.
Thanks for the reminder, Nelson.
Yeah. I think we're good.
Not recording or with recording? Closed, not recording.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Natalie.
Hey, Natalie, did you meet Steve? I did not. He's the one that tries to keep us in
Out
compliance.
of trouble.
Tries.
Yeah, the key word there.
Can you hand that to Commissioner? Sorry.
Okay, so shut off the outside speakers.
Do we still have to record this?
Nate's stopping it, so hang on a sec.
Oh, okay.